Right, Silverpunks, welcome back. Today we're going to do something a little bit different. The judge has come up with a cool idea. As we all know, Halloween's coming soon. It's literally 6-7 days away.
Yeah.
And the judge come up with this idea to do something from scratch, showing you how we choose something and then actually pour it. But we're going to do something Halloween themed. And we've got a bit of a time problem. He's putting the pressure on me because basically, judge has got to design it, print it out, then get the physical print over to me. Then obviously I've got to cast it, pour it and do a video all within, I think it's going to be 6 days now.
Yeah, so, I'm not going to design it. This is what we're going to do. We're going to take a model from Thingiverse and use that. Right. So somebody's already designed this work for us. So, actually designing from scratch is going to be, that's an even taller order. So that's for next year to worry about.
So what you're saying is, Judge, you're going to choose something ready done, and I've got. So basically, you're putting the pressure on me, are we?
You'll have something ready done, then, won't you?
What?
Well, you'll have the model ready just to press into your sand. I mean, you've got, I've been there, I've seen there, got the t-shirt. It takes an hour's worth of fiddling about with silver and sand.
Okay. Well, okay. Let's see how the keyboard warrior gets on with this print thing then. So what are we doing? What's this Thingiverse and stuff? What are we doing then?
Okay, so Thingiverse, Ultimaker Thingiverse is a repository of 3D files that are available for you to download and print.
Cool.
What's brilliant about these is that they're all free, so there's nothing in here that you have to actually pay for. There may be licensing constraints, so you might need to worry about it for commercial reasons. But being as we're just doing a one-off experimental pour here, we can be a little bit free and easy and not worry too much about the licenses. But having said that, a lot of the files on here are either available in the public domain, so you've got no limits, or they're you just have to attribute the piece of work with the person who's actually made the file.
So sorry for jumping in. So Judge, so when you say attribute, do you mean just like basically just put the link to the print or something?
Yeah, that's it.
Or whatever.
Yeah, absolutely.
Cool.
And some are not for commercial use, but again, like I say, we don't need to worry about that too much.
Oh no, we're just trying to do the see if we get the time constraint and see if we can do something in 6 days, basically from print to pour.
Yes, no, absolutely. So ahead of this video, I've had a little bit of a look around, and because we're sticking to a Halloween theme, I thought I'd give you a tricky one to start off with.
Oh, it's got holes in.
So I really like the Halloween mask. So this Halloween mask, Jason. I've forgotten the name of the film actually, but this is.
Is it Friday the 13th? I can never remember.
Yeah, I think it might well be. Yeah.
Hockey stick man, wasn't he?
Yes, hockey mask. Yeah. So what do you reckon about this then? I've got some issues with the 3D printing, but I think I can get around some of the issues.
I mean, the main issue with this bad boy is it's the holes, mate. Because when you think I'm going to be pushing it in the sand are going to go through them holes, and when I pull the mould out, them holes, you can't break the sand off. That's tricky. Holes are tricky. But that said, the only other way around it, you could do that. If the holes didn't really come out, I could drill them in after. Okay. So there is a way round it, but that's just really tricky.
That's maybe
the eyes would be okay. It's just like the little breathe holes or whatever they are on the mask.
Yeah, and this is going to be 3-4 centimeters tall. So those holes are going to be tiny, aren't they?
Yeah, if the mask. Yeah, but again, it's possible. Mate, at the end of the day, everything's possible, isn't it? It's finding a way of doing it, and this is what we're doing it for. Yeah, that'd be an interesting. So you'd want. How would you want it? Would you want it like just a flat back bar back? Because I could, if you just wanted the holes, I could just, if you didn't want them to go all the way through, if I could just do it, I could do it like almost, like some of the schools I do. If I just push it in and I just make the indents for the holes going a little bit and not all the way through.
Okay.
They're just like recessed in a little bit. If you getting what I mean,
I think so. Yeah.
rather than all the way through the piece.
So that one's probably on the maybe pile, right? So I think the holes.
I'm just thinking 6 days. Yeah, that's difficult in 6 days.
Holes are problematic.
Yeah.
So it's something to consider. But okay, I think I'm like next one I've got for you. This one's going to be more up your street. Actually, reminds me a little bit of you. Now I'll come to think of it.
I can see what you're talking about. Oh my god!
So
it's got the airline. I'm liking it. I like Chucky, I must admit. Yeah.
So let's pick one of these guys. And again, we can. Yeah, I like this one. I think.
I like that. I like that.
Maybe I don't know if the text on the plinth bit that will probably get lost in the process, but I think this head is could be pretty cool. It's a bit scary. Yeah, you could do it as a whole, like you did the Albert Einstein. You could do it as a
6 days, Judge. 6 days.
What do you reckon to this fella?
I like that. I mean, if looking at that, I like the lines on his skull had come out pretty. On his forehead had come out well.
Yeah.
I think with that, I'm just thinking, could we chop? I'm thinking we get the front of his hairline again. I'm trying to make my life easier. I'm thinking maybe a bit more difficult for you. You know, like some of the, like that skull you did on the rectangle, which was really thin. If you could put a rectangle behind his head, I could do that. Could be cool. That could be cool. Like him, or yeah, that could be cool.
Well, so basically saying have his flat back rather than a round head at the back.
Yeah, definitely. Whatever we do, I prefer a flat back so I can pour it in, so I don't have to use the flask just because of the time. Because if I get the flask wrong 1 or 2 times, it ain't an hour. Just tip it in. It's mucking about trying to get it ready and a lot of clean up. And I think with if we just do a flat pour, I can have 3 or 4 set up and ready to go to make sure we get one.
So I reckon this guy's on the definitely pile then.
Yeah, I like the look of that. I mean, from the photo, obviously until I get the print, it just looks maybe a bit problematic in his eyes. The recess looks a bit deep, but I can sort that. I can muck about. Yeah, I'm a lot happier with that one.
Okay, and just looking at the license here, that's an attribution license. So Taraxian, if that's how you say it.
Taraxian.
Anyway, it's yeah. So we'll make sure you're fully attributed if we ever use this any further on. Right, I've got another one that I like. Now you may not remember this. You may not know Nightmare Before Christmas. Is that your bag?
Nightmare Before Christmas? No. I thought you was going to say Nightmare on Elm Street. I was like, yes, we'll have a bit of Kruger. Let's have it.
So. Jack Skellington. Nightmare Before Christmas.
What is this? Is this a kids' film or something? What's scary about this?
Tim Burton. It's actually a Halloween film. Tim Burton actually released just over 30 years ago. Like it was the 1993 film. Class. Watched it last night actually.
I'd have been in the pub.
In 1993?
I don't know.
Let's see if that's going to be any good. I mean, they're quite simplistic.
It's a Christmas. That's cool.
Maybe as a like that. I mean,
that's cool, but I think it wouldn't come out as a flat bar very well. I think that needs to be
that needs to be in the round, doesn't it?
Yeah, a full 3D flask in a flask. But that's cool. Yeah, I like that.
So on the maybe pile then. And also, it's got to be a lump, isn't it? But you can make it into a Christmas decoration as well.
It'll pull your Christmas tree over.
Okay. So I've got another couple for you to consider.
I like gory stuff. Yeah, let's say.
Well, I know you do. So zombies.
Yeah.
What do you reckon to this fella? That's your kind of bag, isn't it? You like silly things like this guy.
No, but don't. Yeah, look at that though. That's cool. Wouldn't that be cool? Coming out of like almost like a round, like coming out the ground. Because he's all. If we just do if we can do just his face and the top of his brain almost. Yeah. And then that coming out the ground, again, if you can put like yeah, cut it off, maybe it'll lose the brain, and you just see like the top of where his eyebrows, where it sits.
Yeah.
If we just get that image coming out the ground, that'd be really cool because I could do some cool toning on that.
Yeah, no, I thought you might like that one. And again, it's a MakerBot. We just need to attribute MakerBot, but that's an interesting, and similar to some of the aliens and skulls we've done already. Whilst it's a slightly different theme, there's some similarity with things that we've been able to do successfully elsewhere.
I mean, I'm guessing the only problem is going to be your end. If you've got to, like, you see round his chin, would you have to cut out the base plate or whatever it is? Like it's on a base.
Well, I'll tell you what. We'll once we've picked a few, we'll jump into Blender and we'll do some do some editing and we'll see what's possible. Again, it's one of those where the some of the 3D files are easier to chop and change than others. So until, like with you with your pouring, until you give it a go, you don't really know always. So we'll duck into Blender and see where that pans out. So last but not least, and this is quite cool actually. So if anyone's interested in doing 3D printing at the moment, let's go back to the homepage. Something I found this morning when I was looking. There we go. So there's this Halloween decoration challenge 2023, and what's cool is there's 368 entries. So these are all on the Halloween theme, and so some interesting things in here. Some which are not terribly relevant because they're not going to be suitable for 3D pouring, or they're just not our vibe. But check this out. I think it's on the third page.
Halloween Day. Oh, I like that.
How awesome's that? This might be a bit too much for this challenge, but wow, what a 3D model that is.
Oh mate, that is superb, and I could make that look gold with my Tony.
Yeah,
I could make that. Oh mate, that is super because it's a fertility doll, isn't it? Raiders of the Lost Ark, isn't it? Yeah.
So yeah, just having a little bit of a poke around, this really jumped out at me, and I don't know if we're going to be successful in getting one of these done, because I think you do need to do this one in the flask. But I think we need to maybe earmark this for a future project.
Yeah. Oh mate, that is superb. I mean, can you imagine doing it in gold?
Yeah, well, I'm gonna say, and I can obviously I can 3D print in silver at the moment. I haven't got any gold PLA, but what I do have is gold spray. Spray paint. So so obviously you could make it in gold, but I could do a full size one in gold as well.
Yeah. Oh mate, that is so cool. Just go back to that screen with like all the stuff coming down his nose. Yes. Right, that one. What is all that?
So these are ports. So what happens is the slicer, which is the software that converts the model, so a 3D printer can actually print it. If you've got any big overhangs, that is, so the nose, for instance, you can't print a layer onto thin air. I mean, there's a certain amount of tolerance you can get away with, but you do need certain overhanging things to be supported. So what will happen is
scaffold.
Yeah,
like a scaffold base.
Yeah. So these all break off. These all break off, and you end up with a finished printed model. But you can see there that nose comes out protrudes quite a bit, so it does need something to support it whilst it's being printed.
Yeah, it's got a bit of a birdie, can I? Yeah. Okay, cool.
Love that though. I don't know where this come from. It seems to be relatively new, October 2023.
That's cool, man. Yeah,
so I thought that was class.
Yeah, I'd have a good go at that in the flask. Yeah, that's cool.
So I'll tell you what we'll do now. We'll jump over to Blender. We'll have a look at Chucky. What was the other one we said? the Nightmare Before Christmas. No, Zombie. Sorry, yeah. We'll have a look at Chucky. We'll have a look at the Zombie, and we'll probably earmark this one. I might get this one on the printer anyway. A small version is on the printer anyway, but then we'll take it from there.